I was shooting a mixer.
Oh wait,
I
oh wait.
got you covered.
What about now? What about now?
You
Can't confirm.
slap that refresh. And then...
I don't know why it cut out.
Yep, it's active.
What the hell? Alright.
Nice, man.
What? So when did it cut out? Just before I transitioned?
Pretty much right after Pangloin Pete just said it was working great for a minute there.
Alright. Alright, I'll be
It
right
pretty
back.
much died before that.
Let's take it from the top. We'll go through the sequence again. I'll be back. Alright.
Wow, did you hear what she just said, Ivan?
What?
Did you hear what your wife just said?
What'd she say?
Space games aren't the thing.
Well, they're not.
What?
She doesn't like space stuff.
Wow.
I think
Get out.
I
Get
think
out.
Earth,
something wrong.
okay?
Alright. Take two. So, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is not an official Cold Snap Summit, so we will not be taking attendance today. Also, welcome, Inferno, now that you can actually hear me, I think. Let me know on the stream if the volume levels are all good. Are we live?
Yes, you're still on Twitch.
Alright. I don't know why it cut out. I might have to check my hotkeys there.
And audio is still fine.
Alright, yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and skip attendance since this is not an official Cold Snap Summit. This is not a mandatory event.
Here.
Hello, welcome, LSP. If any
Also,
of you,
Inferno, you should get on Discord. Yep. Okay.
if any of you watching from YouTube or Twitch or Facebook would like to join us, you can join us in Discord at deltafighterwing.com/discord. Or if you just want to participate through the chat, you can do that as well. So we'll go ahead and get started. I am DFW Squint Chief Administrator. We have our Executive Administrator, Synth C, here with us today. Hello, Synth.
Hello.
We've got our PC Division Administrator, DFW Fox. Hello.
Sorry.
And we have our Wing Administrator, Swag.
Sorry.
And our newest staff member is here with us today. It's DFW Premonition, and he recently brought his team over from, I guess, their previous clan, and took over the Xbox chapter for Division 2, or not Division 2, Jesus, Destiny 2.
Destiny.
Trent, how many members we got, bruh?
36.
36. Wow.
And
Nice.
yeah. They all on Discord too?
I don't think we've.
Yep.
Oh, see.
I don't think we've actually spoken. Anything you wanna say? You wanna talk about your background? You got big plans? Anything like that? You wanna introduce yourself, maybe?
Well, Premonitions, I've played Destiny 2. I ran into Swag about 8 months ago. You'll hear a lot of background noise if you're ever on a mic with me. Kids and a wife that love TVs in the same room that don't know volume control, so you're ready for that.
Ah, okay, so that's just the normal life of a parent.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No, I've been playing D2 since October and ran into a lot of good guys, including Swag and Beef, also in the chat, and enjoying the progress we're making.
Sweet, awesome.
Nice.
We're happy to have you. Also, for anyone watching, we do still have an opening for an actual console division admin. So Swag is our personnel wing admin. He handles all the administrative and personnel stuff. But he's been filling the role of acting console division administrator since we have not had one. So if anyone is interested, please let any of our staff members know, and we'll see what we can. We'll let you know what that entails, and yeah. Anyways, hey, what up,
Same
Inferno?
goes for
Welcome.
Division
Thanks for
1 as
joining
well.
Yo.
All right, so the first, we have a staff discussion, open forum staff discussion. Do we want to talk about that up front, or do we want to save that for the end?
Do we want to save the best for last?
Who's got a quarter?
If not, we can just go right into the PC division discussion. So, I guess, I don't know if I was live when I mentioned this, but just so everybody knows, this is not an official Cold Snap Summit, but we will still be discussing the points that we would have discussed during the Cold Snap Summit, in addition to some administrative things. If anybody has any input at any given point in time, whether you're watching, whether you're a member, whether you're an affiliate, or whether you're just watching from one of our channels, feel free to chime in. We welcome any and all input.
Yes.
So I guess we'll just save the staff discussion for the last part, and we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and go into PC division discussion. So the first thing I've got is, again, the PC division moderator position is still open. That slot is open. And just like with the console division administrator, if anybody has any questions as to what that entails or think they might be interested in that, please let us know, and we will talk to you about it. I would like to have somebody who has a little bit of initiative in terms of recruiting and event coordination, that kind of thing. If you've got ideas for events, that is not something that is solely on our staff. If you've got any ideas for any kind of events or anything, like even something simple like Cards Against Humanity, or stuff like that doesn't necessarily require anyone to have a gaming PC. We try to come up with stuff to incorporate as many people as we can, no matter what kind of equipment that they've got. But regardless, if you're interested, let us know. We'll go ahead and go into probably one of the more core aspects of our summit, which is the supported games revisit. Do you have, before we talk about that, is there anything that you want to input here, Fox? In terms of PC division discussion stuff?
No, you pretty much covered what was needed. Aside from, well, that's not really PC, so yeah, don't worry. Yeah, pretty much covered what was needed.
So do we have any, first, let me go over what we're currently supporting. We are supporting the Halo Master Chief Collection / Halo Reach for Steam. This is...
Although,
that's
sorry,
not
I was just gonna point out, we should probably just rename that to just straight up Halo MCC, since with, Halo Combat Evolved Anniversary is out now. And we'll probably get Halo 2 Anniversary sometime during this year as well.
Ah, okay.
Within the next probably month to 2 months.
Yeah.
Let me write that down.
Noted.
So, oh, you taking notes, Swag?
Absolutely not. Should I?
If you want to. If not, I'll do it.
Take a mental note.
Go ahead.
If I take a mental note, I will forget as soon as I end the stream.
Oh yeah, I know you would forget. I'll send you the swag. Because you and I have a bad case of forgetting certain things.
All right, so we'll consolidate that. Destiny 2. So we are definitely going to continue supporting Destiny 2 for the console division. What about the PC division? I think that most of our PC division Destiny 2 players have made the swap.
Yeah,
it's not
have generally stopped playing.
So, from my correct me if I'm wrong here. From my understanding, it is not cross-platform play, but you can swap your accounts between console and is cross-save now.
Yep.
Because I know
keep all your weapons and quests and all that stuff. You just can't play on those servers.
Oh snap! Are we up on VR chat? I just now.
I've been in this room waiting for you to join, bro.
Oh, all right, hold on.
You had one job.
It's on Join Plus, so you should be able to just join on me.
I have many jobs right now, but yeah, I'm joining. You had one. Let me. Anyways, yeah. So it is cross save then.
Yes.
Yeah. So I think so. We can continue to support it for the console, the console division. But what about for PC division? Should we keep it there for now, or should we?
I honestly don't. Like, I would say I don't think so, because I mean, not many of us play it anymore. At least for that, I know LSP still plays it, and Monkey plays it sometimes.
I know Espionage. Oh hey, TGF, welcome. I know Espionage was heading up a lot of the raids and stuff for the PC division, like Destiny 2 PC division, but he, within the last year, he got married, his wife moved down, and never saw him again. Marriage. Yeah.
That's what I was expecting would happen with you, since you got married, but we actually see.
Yes. Anyways, yeah, so he hasn't been on since then, which is fine, but there's been nobody leading any raids or anything like that for the Destiny 2 chapter on the PC side, so I guess we can... Hey, somebody in VR chat, send me an invite real quick. Or actually, I think I might be able to join on... I think I can join
Plus, I believe.
Yeah, let me see if I can join on you. Need to mute the game volume.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wow.
Shh. Shut up.
Wow.
I kid you not, Arbiter. He turns himself into a pickle. He calls himself Pickle Rick.
Holy shit, really?
Pickle
I had
Rick.
no idea.
Funniest shit.
Pickle Rick. Hey, is this room only available when you're on? Like, has it been uploaded or?
Yes. When you upload them, they're private worlds until you apply to get the public,
gotcha.
and then you.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna stand here then. All right. So, moving on. What else we got? We got Elder Scrolls Online. I don't think anybody's been playing that since the Christmas event. I think maybe Space Monkey played a little bit, but
Should we make him group leader
should
now?
we continue to support Elder Scrolls Online, or should we drop that?
I'm gonna say no, because I mean, not really many of us play it anymore. I mean, I lost interest in it ages ago.
Alright, let's okay.
Right now it's my off season, so I'm not interested.
Off season in terms of Elder Scrolls Online, or just in general?
Off season for ES.
Okay. Let's put it to a vote. So if you are in favor of relinquishing support for Elder Scrolls Online, just say yeet in any of the chats. If you want to keep it, I guess put dab in any of the chats. Discord, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, whatever. So yeet to relinquish and dab to keep. Getting a lot of yeets here. Yeet,
I don't know if my vote matters. I don't play that game, but
All votes matter.
All votes matter.
oh, it hurt.
Yeah.
All right. It looks like we have a unanimous yeet. So guess we're dropping ESO. Rest in peace.
Rest in pieces.
F.
Also, request an invite to the world as well.
I think you should be able to join off of Swag. Are you friends with Swag?
Join off me. I can't see anything going on.
Yeah, I was able to join off of him without an invite. It's
As
Send me
soon
another
as the
friend or
friends
something.
list
Friends-
loads.
friends-
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That like, there's nothing on my friends list.
All right, so next on the list here, we've got Elite Dangerous. So Space Monkey told me that he might not be able to make it because he was having some health issues. But let's see. He said that he would like to mention something in terms of Elite Dangerous. I don't know if anybody in here plays Elite Dangerous, but he's looking at.
I think you do.
Yeah, well, I haven't played it since I started No Man's Sky, but
Yeah.
I know he was talking about some plans for recruiting efforts, but he's working on. His words are basically, "I'm learning how to get good as group captain of Elite and plan to recruit once everything is figured out." I think that he wants to get into some kind of like roleplay situation type deal, like with I don't know. Well, not that kind of roleplay, but you know. But that seems to draw a lot of attention from a lot of the Elite Dangerous communities. But anyway, since he's not here, we'll just put a pin on that. I guess we can continue. We'll just revisit supporting Elite Dangerous.
Twitch.
No Man's Sky. So that was added as an ad hoc discussion channel because there was a lot of stuff being posted in terms of ships for ship hunting expeditions, stuff from No Man's Sky Coordinates Exchange. I know there's been a little bit of an interest from both the PC and Xbox sides, but not anything that is significant enough, I think, to support as a gaming community. But what is that skin?
I was
Oh my
wondering
God.
who would actually react first. I didn't expect you would mid-conversation.
Alright, anyways, yeah, so No Man's Sky, I don't know how much, is there anybody that is currently in here or in any of our chats that might be interested in being a part of our No Man's Sky stuff, or should we just drop that? We can probably keep the discussion channel, but please.
Why?
Oh,
That's
but,
fine. I like that.
or should we just should we just drop that, or should we keep it? Should we put it to a yeet dab?
I say drop.
Drop. Do we have more yeets for this?
I would probably say as well.
Okay. No Man's Sky. Again, we'll keep the
Wait.
discussion channel, but we'll remove her from our supported games. So just for anybody who is unfamiliar
Sorry,
with
thought we were talking about something else. This was for No Man's Sky, right?
Yeah, No Man's Sky.
Oh no, I would still say we should still support that if we do plan on trying to get more people.
Okay.
But yeah, that's fine. Basically. But, sorry.
Pete, you
So
Pete, you talking about No Man's Sky?
Yeah.
Can we just put a pin in this one?
I say hold. I
Hold.
think about it.
Like,
vote
it's
for No Man's Sky.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna say.
So here's
Fuck you!
me-
You go, Swag. Fuck you go.
Oh, you.
I was. I was gonna say, since we're still kind of playing it, I mean, there's no reason to unsupport it.
Yeah.
Only a couple of us play it at the moment, but like if we tried to get more people in, I'm sure we would actually get multiple people in.
Definitely need it.
what'd you say, Synth?
Definitely eat that if you don't play it as.
Yeah. So
Well-
here's let me go over a couple of points here. So for the people who are watching from any of our channels, I should probably explain this a little bit. Roughly every 6 months, certainly every anniversary, we hold a vote for which games that we will support. And what that entails is that we actually actively recruit from those games on that platform and coordinate events. So, I mean, since we're a pretty casual gaming community, so anybody can play, whatever the hell you want. But in terms of what we're going to be recruiting from and scheduling events for, those are exclusive to the games that we vote on supporting. So the thing about my next point, the thing about No Man's Sky, there's not, when it comes to voting for support for DFW supported games at least, there's really, I think one of the biggest things is there has to be some sort of incentive to be in a gaming community. Otherwise, primarily people aren't necessarily going to be interested in joining us on a game that I guess requires some sort of like collective effort or investment, or especially a long-term investment, right? So I don't know, like Fortnite, I guess stuff like Fortnite and PUBG, like battle royale type games. We have supported, like we supported Overwatch in the past, but the thing about that is like games like No Man's Sky or Fortnite or whatever, it doesn't necessarily benefit anybody to be in a gaming community for those things, because just the way that the system is, like you get matched up with people regardless, and for at least battle royale games, like your progress is more or less reset every match, so there's no real investment outside of like cosmetic type stuff, you know what I mean? So with No Man's Sky was initially designed as I guess like a single player type game, and then multiplayer was kind of an afterthought in a sense. So just whenever we're talking about supporting certain games, think about like what would be if you, let's say you weren't in DFW, right? Or maybe you're in the chat and you're not currently in DFW. What would be the incentive for you to join a gaming community for a certain game? You know what I mean? Like if there's no incentive, like if you can do everything pretty easily single player like you can at No Man's Sky, there's not a whole lot. Now I will say, having obsessively played No Man's Sky for the past couple of months, it is very fun, very engaging, and it is nice to have other people play with you, but ultimately it's not something that would be, like detrimental to your progression if you didn't have other people to play with. You know what I mean? So that's my 2 cents on that stuff. Hopefully everybody has, those of you who are not familiar with our semi-annual votes, you're a little bit more familiar with how it works and what it means, and a little bit more insight as to No Man's Sky for those who don't play. But I guess for now we'll hold the vote for No Man's Sky, because it seems like we're split down the middle for it, roughly. We'll come back to that, but just keep that in the back of your mind. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, plus also it doesn't really make sense to like to yeet it, because I mean, a couple of us still play it. We haven't.
That's what I was
really
gonna add. Pretty
we've
much
stopped
concept.
playing for like the past 2 weeks, or probably less than that. But I mean, there's no need to like yeet it. Still play it.
Yeah. Okay. We'll hold off on that then. Next up is Star Citizen. So I think Star Citizen just came out with the latest patch, right? They added new Babbage.
3.9.
3.9.
I think that was for the PTU, not the actual
I know they had
public universe.
Let me check the channel real quick. I know they had one. They pushed something for the Evocati, but I think they pushed one for everybody. Let me see.
No, those are just PTU, not
PTU
live.
Wave 1. So
All of
3.9.0 will be coming soon, but I don't know. Well, soon
There's a
relative
lot
to
of things for
soon
fucking
relative
Star
to Star
Citizen
Citizen.
that are coming soon.
Yeah, soon could be the next 10 years, but you know. So we'll continue to support Star Citizen and hope that it will be the home game for us. But now that we've covered all that stuff, do we have any prospects for any of the staff members or affiliates or viewers? Any prospects? I haven't really done my due diligence in terms of researching what the newer releases are going to be. I know that
Hear me out.
Go ahead.
Just a little thought experiment. That Minecraft Nether update be looking kind of good though.
If you got that RTX graphics card,
RTX
dude,
on.
Minecraft RTX, dude, it looks fucking sweet.
Wow.
Alright, never mind.
I don't.
No, it didn't land. Never mind.
We do. We do have the Oasis project.
That's right.
If anyone's interested.
I forgot about
we've
that.
got you forgot.
What's
You
that?
helped to build it.
What's that?
Yeah. So Oasis is a custom mod pack that was built and designed by Swag and myself. That we host our own private server for it. So if anybody's interested in that it's a nice. I mean, it's Minecraft first of all, but it is it adds a whole lot more layers. It's in terms of being like a go-to, like it's more of a nice thing to relax to, like when you just want to do something chill. But I mean I don't know how to describe it. Check it out if you want to. If not, then whatever. Minecraft is not everybody's cup of tea. I will tell you that it is not the same as regular. Once you start doing Feed the Beast or Technic type stuff, where it adds in a whole lot more layers of complication. It's not just necessarily targeted at children. Going back to vanilla Minecraft is kind of cancer.
Oh, okay, dude. Have you played it though? You're talking a lot of smack for someone that hasn't played it.
Wow.
All right.
Let
Anyways,
me know how the piglin.
Yeah.
The hawk thing is.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I play it. Probably never.
Okay, dude. Muted.
I mean, I'll try to. We have been looking to try to upgrade our Oasis mod pack to the later versions, but the issue is that the modding community tends to be a year or two behind.
And if I may add, most of our heavy hitters, those people are kind of done.
Yeah, like
they
I
have
know
no intention of
Thaumcraft and
moving.
shit like that. Like a lot of the major core mods that we use, those modders are no longer producing or updating. So, anyways, I don't want to spend too much time there. If you're interested, let us know. We can add you to the Oasis role. So, other prospected stuff. Anything? Anybody? Any new releases? Anything that people might be would like us to try out?
Well, there's my suggestion will still be the game GTFO. It's difficult, and as Ivan found out, and even Monkey has found out, it's a very hard game to at least play by yourself. It requires 4 people for its co-op.
Coordination. It requires a lot of coordination. So GTFO, for those of you who might not be familiar, we actually aired the the first, like the premiere trailer for it when we covered the Game Awards last year. It's basic. If anybody's ever played or is familiar with like Dead Space or Alien, it's sort of like a combination of Dead Space and The Last of Us, and maybe the movie. What was it? Oh, I Am Legend, the Will Smith movie.
I thought you were gonna say Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because I mean that looks pretty close.
What?
I
No,
was joking.
not even. Anyways, so we do have that. If you might be interested in joining us, please let us know. There is no matchmaking, so we have to join each other manually.
That is something that is going to.
If you're into horror games, it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
And yes.
I honestly can't think of any additional any other prospects right now.
That's basically my only suggestion.
GTFO?
That and actually, I'll wait till we get to any events that we might do, or unless we want to go for that now.
For what now? Events?
Yeah.
Black Desert Online. That's the only thing I can think of.
I heard that's popping.
Is it?
Dude,
Has there been a recent surge in that too?
Sort of. I mean, I played it a little while, but I mean, it gets pretty grindy.
I hear a lot of negative things about it. Like, I wouldn't invest on it.
All right.
That's a no from Sony.
We'll come back to this at a later date, since it doesn't seem like we have a whole lot of new prospects. We'll look into what we're gonna do with No Man's Sky, how much of an interest we can get for GTFO. But other than that, there doesn't look like a whole lot of it. We're pretty much sticking with what we've got, other than dropping Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
Do we have any promotions or inductions due? So this is partially a staff meeting. I did post the updated recruit tracker in the admin channel. I can mention that real quick. This is
I'd rather use the
stats
doc.
we've got. Dragon Shinobi is pending. Mesem Ruka, those were part of the global group.
Negative on the pending inductions.
Okay. Striker Wolfhound, I don't know if he's still.
Didn't he leave?
Did he leave? I think, is he still in the
I
Discord?
thought he left.
He might have left.
I was looking around.
Nah, he's still in the Discord.
Yeah, so he was part of the art group, but he needs reattribution or to be removed. We'll have to reach out to him because we no longer support Ark Survival Evolved as of the last summit that we held. And then that group captain also has departed.
If he can start typing more, we'll see what's up, but he hasn't said anything.
Yeah. Who else we got? We've got TG. Oh, sorry, I skipped it. We got Marksman.
What are you doing?
I Marksman TV. I see him streaming a lot, but
negative. I'm looking at who's involved. None of these people are involved.
Yeah, no.
Not even
Vicious
involved.
Haze. I don't even know if they're still in here.
Just like check in, see what's.
Diablo. That is Trix. He comes and goes, but
he's kind of like the modern day Tony. Like
modern day Tony.
I can tell.
32-bit Phoenix, I believe. I think 32-bit Phoenix is fairly active in the Oasis group, but Space Monkey's not here to vouch for him, so we don't have to. Unless anybody else.
I haven't seen him on. Okay. I mean, I play him once in a while, but I haven't seen him on.
We'll hold that then. Chris and Murdoch, part of the console. So because we don't actually have a console division administrator, just so everybody knows, and Premonition knows, anyone who joins up under the console division will get nested under Premonition until we get an actual console division administrator. But since Premonition is the only group captain that's part of the Xbox Live, or sorry, the console group in general, they'll be nested under him. Now, obviously, the staff will have to kind of pay attention as far as activity there, because since Premonition is primarily Destiny 2, he's not necessarily going to be able to keep track of.
Well, all our
everybody that
eggs are
gets
in
nested.
Destiny 2, so
Yeah,
that's,
most of
that's all we
the
got to
eggs are
work.
under Destiny 2, but the ones that were grandfathered in, like Chris 2341412 and Murdoch, they were prior recruits that just got grandfathered under premonition. So, but I haven't heard anything or seen them.
Yes,
I don't even know if they're still in the
that's
Discord,
what I was getting at.
TGF Longwood or TJF Longwood. He's actually in this channel. Hello, welcome. He is a fairly recent recruit. He works with Sapphire.
LSP, we're streaming. Stop doing that.
What's happening?
Sorry. Do not look at LSP.
Yeah, but
Look at that stealing. We still are subject to the Twitch terms and conditions here. Okay, let me just.
I'm pretty sure this avatar would break most of them.
All right. Anyways, TJF Longwood is a recent recruit. He did just build his PC today, actually, so he plans on getting involved with, I think, some of our PC division type stuff. But
wow, good job.
We'll have to look into that at a later date. If we have no further submissions for promotions or inductions, we can move on to the console division discussion.
I would say that's pretty much it for at least PC wise.
I had an idea.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, like, that thing we did, where we played a bunch of different games. I mean, I only participated in one because I fell asleep, but that was really fun.
Oh, she's talking about the lo-fi Christmas event that we held this last Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
We should
if
do
we
it
had
again.
a full one today, I would have booted up the Halo server. I would have loved to play that.
So we do have some. We do have a lot of footage from the lo-fi Christmas event. We do. I would say that the major
If the
events that we
audio's
tend
there,
to
I got
host are for sure Halloween and Christmas, as well as the two semi-annual summits. So we typically hold a summit in March. This one was canceled, and we're just holding a public forum in lieu of that. And then we always have an annual summit on our anniversary, which is whatever the weekend of September 29th is. So typically the last weekend of September, we'll always have a summit. So mark that on your calendars. But as far as just like extraneous events, we usually host stuff for Halloween and Christmas. But that's what she's talking about, is the Christmas one. So having more events like that.
Goddamn swag.
The problem is that
don't worry. Keep going.
We don't really have like a home game right now per se. I guess we could host stuff in I don't know. Whenever we host events like that, we try to include stuff that can involve anyone, which is why the last portion of that last Christmas event we did a VR chat type thing. And did we do Cards Against Humanity? Or was that
I
the
think
Halloween?
we wanted to, but
no, we did. I think we did for a hot minute at the end.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
that is something. Well, when we get to events, we'll go over what things we should try to do.
Okay. All right. We'll go ahead and move on to the console division discussion. So state of the division and new leadership. So like I said previously, we still have an open position for the console division administrator, but Swag has been filling that role, and Premonition is the group captain that kind of resides over all console divisions, since we don't have any other groups other than Destiny 2. Do we have any updates or any words in terms of the state of the division, or anything that Swag or Premonition would like to say in terms of the console division discussion?
Nope, we're pretty good. We're pretty strong. I mean, I'm proud of what Prem got going here.
Yeah,
all I did was, hey, yo,
incoming
that's a
traffic.
nice spot.
I've got a note here for updates on news or cross-platform play, because I know that's becoming a thing. what was it that? Oh, Modern Warfare. Doesn't Modern Warfare is cross-platform, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yes,
you
it
wouldn't have
is.
to have the Warzone. Huh?
Except it's Call of Duty. But yeah, it's cross-platform. For Warzone, that is.
So I know we discussed this last year with the whole movement to cross-platform play, but I think this could be helpful for our PC. Our PC division tends to be a little bit disconnected from our console division. At least it has been until Premonition brought over his people. I've seen a lot more engagement on our platforms, but any future games that come out, I guess kind of keep an eye out for what might be beneficial for us to support or take part of in terms of cross-platform play. So right now, I know that there's Modern War. I don't know what else is. I know Halo. What was it? Halo Infinite is supposed to be coming out someday. They're supposed to support cross-platform.
And crossplay is something that is being looked at for Halo MCC as well. So that could also come to that as well. What else has crossplay? Besides Modern Warfare. I know there is something that I do play recently that has it. And I haven't the slightest clue what it was, so never mind.
Alright, well, we'll look into it. Is there anything for console division? Anything else?
Just steadily go.
If nobody else in the chats have any input for that, we'll go ahead and move on to general discussion. I only have one note here. That's the fact that we have operations and public affairs wing admin positions that are still open. If anybody is interested in being a part of that, we can talk again, like with the previously discussed open positions. We can talk to you about what that entails and see if you fit the bill for that. Now, for wing administrator positions, we do plan on conducting an actual interview for that, because those are very specific functions. So personnel, like Swag is currently in the personnel wing administrator. He handles all of the administrative stuff for members and recruits, accountability, roll call, managing the roster, that kind of stuff, as well as some permissions and bot stuff. But operations would be mainly planning events or hosting events, event coordination type stuff. Public affairs would be more along the lines of marketing. But if anyone shows any interest for any of those, either of those positions that are currently open, let us know. The last thing we've got is the open forum staff discussion. So this will be the meat and potatoes of the meeting, and then we can conclude. I've got a couple of things I want to discuss in terms of the open forum staff discussion. But real quick, I want to take a 2-minute intermission. I will be right back. You guys can take a break real quick. We'll reconvene
Take a
in
shit.
a minute or two. Yeah.
Wow, she didn't even hesitate. She just immediately left. We need intermission music.
Sure. You like that?
God, what's good from your butt? Yeah, I think silence might be better. Oh god, why did I walk in his back? That is too loud.
Appreciate it, dude.
Have a drink.
Hello, Groot. Did you see Rocket die?
Sorry?
See Rocket?
No, this is
That was
rude.
awful.
What do you mean that was awful?
It was awful.
Explain.
Seeing a poor raccoon get squished.
How do you know he died?
Because he got squished.
Okay, yeah. Sure, bud.
I mean,
Oh my god, okay, yeah, he's alive and
would
well.
you still be alive if you were
Paralyzed,
squished?
the way down. He's just paralyzed.
Yeah. He's fine. Just, just walk it off.
He's got crutches.
Yo,
now.
Zippy.
Rest in peace, Zip. Yo, how'd that last risk go?
What's up? Oh, and the last wish literally when
Zippy.
was Knox.
He's literally talking right now.
Yep. Prem, wake up.
I'm here, dude.
All right, I'm back.
Ah, shit. Look, he's back. Alright, good, finally.
Oh, Squint.
Yo.
It just occurred to me from the console side stuff. Is the
Oh,
D2
God, why'd you
channel
click
still
it?
there? Should we make a category for D2 or what? Because I think I'm gonna add another channel for the LFG command that we use.
What category? What do you mean?
Like, you know how we have game discussion and info? Like, we have 3 D2 channels. I was just wondering if it's a bother or not
What's the
to
third
have,
one?
like... Well, I'm gonna add one
We have
soon.
Destiny 2 and we have D2 raids.
Yeah, I'm gonna add a third for LFG command that we use so people can see when we schedule raids.
For a voice chat, though, I wouldn't really say that. Text channel, yeah, but I mean, voice channel.
Yeah, no,
Pointless.
text channel.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, didn't we already have a looking for group channel? No, we don't anymore.
It was removed. We removed
Yeah,
it
'cause-
because it wasn't being utilized.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if it's too much of a bother having these like 3 text channels next.
I personally don't think so, but I did want to bring up something about Discord during the staff discussion here. So we'll talk
I'll
about
hold
that.
on
If everybody back, everybody good, we'll go ahead and move on to the open forum staff. So
Yes,
this
sir.
is going to be a staff discussion, but it is again open forum, so anybody can provide any input, whether you are a member or a viewer. The first thing is the administrative guide updates or administration guide updates. So the staff members, if you haven't seen already, I did post an update for the administration guide. The main thing that was updated was, well, primarily the acceptance, like application and acceptance procedures, because that a lot of that is automated now by the bot, courtesy of Swag and the Dank bot. It doesn't require just nearly as much manual intervention. We are currently having an issue with avatars being uploaded through the CMS,
Yep.
the Graph CMS.
It's a non.
Oh,
So
I can
I'm not-
fix that, right?
Oh, you fixed it. Oh, okay. I know
Oh,
there
thank God.
was a short period that
Oh.
somebody with actual FTP access had to manually upload the avatars from Discord, but I guess it's working.
It
now,
is
so-
How about
I'll talk
the
about,
division?
about that in a little
Pick-
bit later.
What?
know,
For the
like-
avatar stuff.
We're-
It's a complex thing. I gotta
Oh, yeah,
explain it.
But is it good now though, or does it still require
Um,
manual intervention?
Still, like I got it to render and whatnot, but there's a caveat with that, and I'll explain.
Okay. Well, it's not a huge deal. Not at least right now, it's not. But just make note of that if anybody does want to in process newer members other than Swag or myself or Synth. So Discord reorganization. So of course there was the point that Swag brought up. He wants to add another D2. Does anybody have an issue? So here's my thing. We have a shitload of channels, and if it's relevant to what we're actually engaged in, like D2 I know has a very heavy amount of activity. So I personally have no problems with adding another channel in for D2, but we do have a lot of channels that tend to not necessarily get used a lot. We did remove the LFG channel and several other channels, but we still have a pretty long channel list. Here was one of my propositions. So for the PC division channels, I know for the console division we actually removed the supported games from the console division channels because they have like Xbox Live and PlayStation Network that they can just communicate on that. So we only have the one console voice lobby. Now for PC division, we do have our supported games. We have one voice channel for each supported game, right? But the thing is, typically only one of those channels are occupied at any given point in time. Sometimes two if we're holding a raid. One of the main reasons why we even had all of those is just so it would display on the Discord preview that is on our website. But it seems like most channels or most servers just have like gaming rooms instead of having a channel for each specific game. We could start like we do have like the list of supported games on the main page of the website, so that would serve that purpose. I mean, it does need to be updated, but that purpose would be served through the website. I don't know if it's necessary for us to have a voice channel for each individual game that we support and raid channels for certain. Like we've got matchmaking and competitive for Halo MCC, and then we've got like a Destiny 2 raid channel, blah blah blah. I think it might be. I don't think it's necessary, in my personal opinion. I think that we could just get rid of each of the individual game channels and just have like maybe 2 or 3 game channels and then maybe 1 or 2 raid channels under the main voice channels, just to help to consolidate our list, because it keeps growing and growing and growing. Like we have a super long list of channels now, and while it's fine for some of the veteran members, it tends to be pretty confusing for some of the newer members, or particularly for people who are not familiar with Discord. Like there's probably a lot of console players that don't really know a whole lot about Discord. Yeah. And so when they join the server, there's like 16 million channels to sift through. I would like to try to consolidate some of that. So what are your thoughts?
My suggestion would actually be like, for text channel wise, we'll still have like one text channel for like each supported game we have. But then for voice channels, I mean, we could have just main lobby and then our members only, you know, obviously live streaming private rooms. But then, I mean, for like the other voice channels, we could just have lobby 1, lobby 2, lobby 3, and so on. Like they don't have to be for specific games. They could just be extra voice lobbies for
even the private rooms. Even the private rooms don't necessarily, like we could leave one private room. We'll leave one private room, and then we can have maybe 3 game room channels and then 1 raid channel. Does that sound good? And just get rid of all that huge. So that should help consolidate our channel list a little bit.
Because like that would remove a lot.
Because the other thing is that Discord, for a while now, has shown what game that you're actually playing. So
that's also for our unsupported games voice channels as well. I mean, there's no need for them. The console voice lobby. I mean, you could just make a bunch of voice lobby channels and just call them that. They don't need to be for specific games.
If I may add.
Yep.
Maybe this. I don't know. I may be counting myself, but having categories for each supported game that are popular, like, you know what I mean by category, like these giant little, these fucking, like the main voice channel, that's a category.
Yeah.
Like for their specific game that they're listed, so people can minimize or mute like categories if they're not involved.
A category for each game?
Yeah, perhaps.
I wouldn't really say that. I mean, like how we have it set up should be fine.
Expand the list.
Once
it could be collapsed, but
that's what I'm saying. I kind of counter myself. But if you're not involved, like the RD2 people, they're never gonna get involved with all the rest of the shit. But if it's a category, they can just minimize. Like for example, they can just minimize like the Halo category and mute it, and so they don't get pinged for any of that shit. But more shit on the list. So
Yeah. Well, let me write that down.
that's very advanced support usage that people are probably gonna miss anyways.
Remove voice for support.
Oh god, who clicked on that?
Add lobby.
Damn it.
All right.
Too damn loud.
All right. So we'll I'll end up removing all of the voice lobby or the voice channels for each of the supported games and just creating gaming rooms under main voice channels, just so we can consolidate the list a lot more. Consolidate the list. Sorry, I've been drinking a little bit. Anyways,
No excuse.
that should help with shortening our channel list a little bit more. We'll remove all of this unsupported games. Should we just remove the console voice lobby entirely? Because I don't think that's ever gonna.
Yeah, that's
it's never
what
been
I said.
utilized.
Because like with all those.
Because you guys
all
already
those
have
that-
Xbox Live. And...
Yeah.
If I can, Xbox has been experiencing issues with those voice commands lately. We have been able to utilize the channel at one point in time for a raid ourselves.
Okay. So you want us to keep it?
Yes, if at all possible. Just if Microsoft decides to have another bad day and we can't utilize in the middle of a raid, Swag and Zippy can attest to this. Voice chat went down and we had to quickly jump over to our voice chat here to complete the raid.
Okay, yeah, bro, it's your call. We'll keep it then. It's only one channel, so it's not a huge deal. But I know our PC division channels are taking up a lot of unnecessary space. But so we'll keep the console voice,
Roger.
the console voice lobby, and we'll.
I would say that's still kind of pointless because I mean, with all the removing all the game voice lobby and just basically renaming them to just game lobbies.
We could nest
The
it under the
console
main
one would
voice
just
channels.
essentially be that.
You know what I mean? So instead of having it in its own category by itself, just nest it under main voice channels, so that we're not removing the channel, but we are removing the category. You know what I mean?
Right,
That
I
would
don't
help
think
with
we need a
consolidation.
specific voice channel for console. It's a
Yeah.
place that we could go to if parties crash or something on Xbox.
Yeah, man. So we'll move it. Let me write this down. Move console voice under main. All right. Yeah. So we'll keep that and we'll consolidate the PC division voice channels. Alrighty. Next on the list. So we've got covered administration guide, Discord, reorganization. DFW Genesis Summit. So this coming September, what's the date?
28.
20. No. Is that the actual date of the weekend? Oh shit, I'm on the wrong channel. Hold on.
Oh,
I
the
put it in
actual
the
date
pin.
of the weekend, I don't know. I actually should check that.
It is 26 September 2020. I believe that's a Saturday. Let me double check. September 26. Yes, that is. Yeah. So, what? Corona. Yes.
Yes.
So, we don't know.
We don't want.
The initial. Okay, so 20. Just mark this on your calendar. 26 September 2020. That is when we're going to be hosting our Genesis Summit. It is a Genesis Summit because that will be our 15-year anniversary.
I mean,
If
we could
anybody in
just
here doesn't
call
feel
it
old,
our-
just know that the Genesis Summit means that anyone that was born the day that DFW was founded will be eligible to join because they will have turned 15 on that day. So if you don't feel old yet,
Also,
now maybe you do. I know I do.
I would just say we should just call it the our 15th anniversary event.
What did you say,
yeah.
Bummer?
So the initial plan for the Genesis Summit or the 15-year anniversary was to do something like host an actual like in-person event, but because of the whole coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I don't think so. I wouldn't bank on it. But
Plus, I mean, a lot of us wouldn't be able to afford tickets over to
right,
the US.
yeah.
Yeah, bank account be looking kind of.
Unless you're, paying for flights. So sure,
So
let's do that.
Anyways,
All right.
we'll have to start looking at some early coordination stuff for that. Some big. I would like to have a big event and invite some of our other allied or partnered gaming communities and stuff.
Old friends,
old
members,
friends and stuff.
etc.
Maybe have another throwback or something like that. Yeah. But
You're one of those, Inferno.
I know for the staff, we do need to start doing a little bit of early coordination in terms of the upcoming summit. If anybody, again, any viewers, members, recruits, doesn't matter who you are, allies, affiliates, partners, if you have any input, if you have any suggestions, feel free to let one of us know, and we will take that into consideration as far as any ideas for event coordination, or if y'all, I know we got a lot of people in on the whole Cards Against Humanity thing, people like that, especially since like our console people can be a part of that. It doesn't require a gaming community.
You all have phones, don't
a gaming computer. Jesus Christ! It doesn't require any kind of like hardcore equipment to partake. I can't. You don't tell me what to do.
How dare you try to moderate?
Yo, Shrink, what up, bruh?
Hey. Anyways, yeah. So when we do that kind of stuff, I would like to incorporate some sort of event that doesn't require any kind of like hardcore equipment, gaming computers or anything like that. Like, you know, like Cards Against Humanity, right? Anybody can do that from their phone or a laptop or whatever, or a tablet, whatever it is that you use. But we'll have to start planning on some on the event list for the Genesis Summit, since we won't be able to host an in-person type dealio. Thanks, Obama. I mean, coronavirus.
Thanks.
No, thanks, Trump.
So yeah, September 20. Yes, thanks, Trump. September 26, 2020, Saturday. Mark your calendars. Branding investments. So this is a big one. Let me fix the stream real quick so I can show my browser. Let me hide the porn real quick and
the hardcore porn.
I already changed avatar. There's no porn. Don't worry.
Window capture. I'm gonna have to add this in here real quick. Bear with me. I'm fixing the stream on the fly real quick.
Professional streamer here, guys.
Professional, yes. Yeah, absolutely.
Professional.
That's professional in quotation marks.
I said, how do I turn the stream on?
As big as you can make the quotation.
Whoa.
What the hell? I can't even see.
Nope, it's just black.
Why?
Are you using Chrome, Firefox?
I am using Chrome. Hold on. Let me try another source. It should just be window capture.
We work with Microsoft Edge.
What?
Don't listen to Swag, he's trolling.
Maybe I'll just have to use display capture. Hold on. Display.
Please refer to DFW rule number 1.
Okay. Looks like someone actually read the rules. Shit.
There are rules?
That's why I'm saying don't listen to Swag, he's speaking nonsense. There we go, we can see it. Alright, wait, with Fiverr?
Yeet da, or hold on, let me do this. That, and display.
Looking to get art or anything made, Fiverr's probably the worst place to look.
Hey, just bear with me here for a second.
Okay.
Ooh. LSP, turn around and look up. How did I manage to get the can of Coke to stay right there?
Alright, here we go. Alright. So if you're tuning into the stream, I pulled up Fiverr. That was just the first thing that came to mind. The next points that I want to talk about, some of the more major ones, I did want to... I'm looking at branding investments. I would like to make some branding investments. First of all, a logo update. So we do own the rights to the eagle vector for our current DFW logo, right? So we own that vector right there. But I would like to have a recreation of it from a professional. Fiverr is just for those of you who are unfamiliar, it's basically a website that you can go to where people offer different services for various amounts of money, ideally depending on their skill
like
level.
Craigslist, but not as pervy.
Yeah, it's like
No,
Craigslist.
it's like
It's like a digital Craigslist.
DeviantArt
Yeah, or DeviantArt.
in a way. But
it's not just
some of
logos,
them can be a little dodgy and heavily overpriced.
Yeah, well,
For
some
some
of them.
basic things.
So I did have some favorited, in term like this guy right here. This looks along. So I try to find people whose portfolio includes stuff that kind of matches our scheme. This, I mean, this is pretty, like, these are pretty nice. They're, nothing too crazy. Something that can easily be watermarked. Something that can be added, like reconstructed as the logo for the stream, or a watermark for a video, or implemented
DFW,
into later trailers or anything like that. So I would like to get the staff together, and anybody else. Again, this is not exclusive to the staff, so if anybody else wants to be a part of this, please let me know. I would like to get a group of people together, sort of like a board for branding, and we'll go through and look at different services. Like, I just use Fiverr as an example, but we can look at other service websites as well, and see what some good graphics design, that kind of thing. But not just that though. But I also would like to. Another thing that you can get on Fiverr is music and audio production, producers, composers, that kind of thing. We can look at actually having somebody create some music for our trailers and our intros and stuff like that, so that number one, we don't perpetually get copyright notices on our DFW email, and number two, have to stick to copyright free music. So copyright free music is, I mean, it's great just for like the music that we're playing in the background right now. That's just copyright.
The actual music itself is awful.
For trailers and stuff like that, I would like to have something that we actually own, so that we don't have to worry about any of that stuff, and we can incorporate it in our intros and future trailers and stuff like that. So I would like to make an investment to have somebody produce some music. I do have some ideas. Again, we can discuss this in more detail at a later date. But
I was gonna say, two of us do have experience in audio. I mean, we can try and work out our own. I mean, it'll obviously take longer, but I mean, then it will truly be our own.
Yeah, but it's just something to take into consideration. I will probably hold another offline meeting. I'll probably do like a screen share through Discord, so we can kind of browse through some stuff and talk about it in more detail later on, because it's definitely not going to be something that we can cover in a 1 or 2 hour time frame during this forum. But if you do want to be a part of that, please let us know. So I'm looking at updating the logo, coming up with a few different renders for it. One for the website, one for videos, something that can be watermarked, and getting like source files for the vectors for it, stuff like that, so we can make other edits to it depending on what our needs are. And then coming up with official DFW trailer and intro music. The last thing is...
The only question I have real quick is, what is the need for the change?
So we're planning on actually turning DFW into a business. That was going to be... I'm going to bring that up here in a couple of minutes, but you guys might have seen, I did post in the
Bing Bong channel.
The Bing Bong channel, the community news channel, that we have halted donations for the time being. We are no longer accepting donations, at least for the time being, because we are looking. I'm looking to transition our DFW administrative PayPal account into a business account. The problem that I ran into was that it requires. Oh, did you add the live stream back onto the website?
Yeah,
You said that earlier.
For
I was
now.
paying attention.
It's a temporary fix. It will most likely break again, as he
Stream
said.
exception. Yeah. Anyways, we'll get to that in a second. So the donations thing. In order to create a PayPal business account, you need to have not just the business name. You have to also include like certain like tax forms, IRS tax forms, and stuff like that. It has to be a registered business with an actual ID that was assigned to you. So obviously we don't currently have that because, well, primarily we don't.
Where's the money?
We don't have. Yeah, there's no money. We don't have a revenue, right? We're run entirely out of pocket and off of donations from our viewers.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
but
like,
mostly
Seth and I have been
out
waiting
of
10
pocket.
years for a paycheck. More than that. Where's our pay?
Where's my check?
So because there's no revenue, it's hard to figure out what to establish the business under. Now, right now, we don't have a revenue. We don't make any money off of anything. The donations, 100% of the donations go into like our servers and domain upkeep, that kind of thing. We don't make any profit whatsoever. We don't pay anybody. I don't get paid for any of this. I don't keep any of the money. All of it goes back into DFW, and it's very little. Like, if you look at the donation list, I think the highest donation we've ever had is $50, but the average donation is anywhere between 1 to 20, I would say, which is definitely helpful for upkeeping our servers, but it's not anything that we make any kind of profit off of. So I will have to do some research in terms of what type of business to register us under, because in the future I would like to turn us into an actual business with a revenue.
Physical business.
Yeah, whether that be based off of streaming services, like being able to provide a studio for people to stream from, or merchandise, or whatever. This is later on future stuff later on down the road.
What?
Yes.
But for now we make no money. So we're running into an issue right now with what
you can start that would be doing the live streaming.
Pissing.
And if you wanted to go
And that also, we also could use a server on a game again.
Yeah. And that's another service that I think that will be good for, like, if we got to the point where we could afford our own our own server stack or our own server farm, we could not only host our own servers but rent our extra slots out to other communities, right? So that could be another potential line of revenue. But again, this is baby steps. First, I would like to upgrade our branding investments, logo updates, music, the website. So that was one of the reasons why I went to here. So our website, this is something that Synth and I have been working on for a long time now. What is it? This current website that we're on, I think we've been working on for what, 6 years maybe. It's been. We went to this.
I would say 5-6 years.
Yeah, 5-6 years ish.
Yeah.
But times are changing. Technology is evolving. Did we actually make the switch to PHP 5?
Yeah, we're on 7 now.
I think our host finally upgraded their servers so that they could support PHP 5. But anyways, I would like to.
PHP 5. We upgraded to 7.
Oh, 7.
Didn't we suppose we get an upgrade ages ago? And oh wait, no, that was our fucking Arc server. Never mind. That it got an upgrade, but it was more of a downgrade.
Anyways, I would like to look into upgrading or redesigning the website to be more mobile friendly. Now, I know that there are a lot of people here that have some degree of disdain towards this whole movement towards the mobile era, but the reality of it is that that's just what it is right now. That's
easy money.
The world is casual.
And here's the other thing. In addition to that, right? You have to consider that our console division, probably those members probably don't have computers that they use on a regular basis. For the most
They all
like,
have
the people that are in
don't
here
they?
that are part of the console division are probably in here on their phones, right? So we have to some degree neglected the mobile viewers of our website. Like we do have support for like Android OS, but I know
The
that
good
for
phones.
I know for yeah the, I know for iOS and some of the other stuff it doesn't show up properly, but that was just like that was sort of designed as an that was an afterthought. The whole mobile compatibility thing was an afterthought. There are newer website architectures that better accommodate mobile viewers. Like I know the new Facebook layout has it's more mobile friendly. Right now it's in a test phase, but eventually it's going to get pushed out to everybody, regardless of what they think about it, just like YouTube did. But
Just like what Samsung
we do have
did.
to face the reality that the majority of our members are probably going to be viewing our website from their phones, right? And filling out the application form from their phones and looking at stuff from their phones. Now, the fortunate thing is that I don't think it's going to be too complicated to build a new website in terms of accounts management, since everything is done through Discord now, right? So we don't have forums, we don't have an accounts management system. Everything's done through Discord. It would mainly just be a change to the layout and the back-end structure, you know what I mean? To be more compatible with mobile devices. What that would probably entail is doing something like the sidebar thing. This is a classic. This is like an old school way. Like sidebars are being phased out of most websites nowadays, because now on the Android OS, if you view our website, deltafighterwing.com, from an Android phone, it does drop some of this stuff down, and some of this is sort of dynamic. Like if I squish the page down like this, it drops. Hold on. There we go. This is
what you do.
Kind of sort of how it looks on the phone. Yeah, I mean you can see how buggy it is though, but it kind of stacks everything on top of each other, right? That's part of the new table.
Because you're on a desktop, it properly knows that you're on a desktop.
I can't stream my phone to Discord, but this is just sort of an idea of how it looks.
Shift Control I and click on the little icon that looks like a fucking tablet or something.
What? Tablet.
Press
This one?
Shift Control
There we go.
I.
Yeah. This one?
Plus, also, isn't there that app that just simulates a phone?
And restart the browser from within.
Is that the right button? Toggle device toolbar.
Refresh it.
Refresh.
Yeah, manually using your F5.
There we go. Yeah. All right. So this is how it looks on mobile. Now, this is how it looks on Android, right? So when you click on this menu, it brings down the context menu, and you can, or the nav menu, sorry, and you can go to our roster, blah blah blah, and it stacks everything vertically, right? But again, this you can kind of tell just by the spacing and some of this other stuff that it was designed as an afterthought. This is how it looks on Android. If you were to look at our website from an iPhone, it does not look like this. It's really bad. I've tested this, like TGF Longwood, when he was filling out his application, the website looked fucked up for him, and then I know on Paige's phone it looks messed up.
I was gonna say, Matt, I've done, when I was getting Prim and Zippy signed up, there was a lot of hand holding involved.
Yeah, so
Yep.
I think we should instead of, because our website was designed with mobile devices as an afterthought, I think we could just redo the whole thing, maintain sort of the general theme, but with mobile devices as a priority here.
Like I said, might I make a suggestion on what platform to use?
Yeah, go ahead.
Bootstrap.
Yeah,
yeah. Well, I mean,
you just didn't properly think that we were going to get...
This is the new Facebook layout, right? And this is just an example. Like if I, what was the one? I forgot what the one gaming community was. UWS. Yeah. So something like this. this was designed. This is entirely dynamic. So if I squish the page down like this, this is very easily navigatable. Is that a word? It's a word now. Navigatable from a mobile device, and you've got the nav menu up here where it replaces the whole thing. Just something simple like this. It's a little bit more of a minimalistic design.
Bootstrap.
Yeah, it's Bootstrap. Yeah, or
Bootstrap, Bill.
Bootstrap / WordPress type deal, something like this. I think it would be good for us to just kind of scrap what we've got. I mean, we can keep the elements that we have, but redesign the framework for the website to incorporate to think of mobile devices as our primary viewer base versus PC, because we are, you know what I mean? And like, we'll take baby steps. We'll talk about it in more detail later on, but that's just something that I've been considering, because this is, it's nice, and I like, we've put a lot, understand that we have put a lot of work and hours into this, and I don't get paid for this. Synth doesn't get paid for this. We do this on our own time. We only have, it's only us two. We are the only two that have ever worked on this website. We don't have anybody who is an actual, like, professional like web developer that's paid to do this or anything like that. So it has been quite a bit of work. So if anybody, I really, like, I would rather put the investments towards branding and stuff like that than I would into commissioning a web developer, because we have the capability to do this. It's just going to take a little bit more time. But if anybody has any experience with this stuff, please let us know. And oh, Pete is volunteering. Google WordPress, something to download web development.
I have experience too.
Yeah, and Inferno, yeah. So we'll revisit this in more detail, but that's just, I just wanted to put that, just kind of lay the cards on the table and let you guys know some of the things I've been considering.
Like, there's a lot of, like, old, like, fixes that I did, and I need to revisit. I know the problem and why it's probably doing that, but
yeah. And we will have to look at the so just a quick question, because I don't actually know, is Twitch, the new Twitch API, are they entirely removing embeds, external embeds, or is that is it just something that they changed that we're gonna have to adjust to?
So they switched over. They require everyone to use OAuth. So if your application doesn't use OAuth, they'll start denying it. I already fixed that, so it should work. Should.
For the time being.
I don't know when their cutoff point is, but it should work.
Okay. I think most people that are not a part of DFW just view it from our YouTube and Twitch channels anyways, but this is nice. I like to have this on our website, like on the main page, so that once we start incorporating actual featured streamers that are sponsors of, or I guess streamers that DFW actually sponsors, once we adjust our business model to actually have, well, be a business that has revenue, this would be good to have on here. And I know there's a variant of this that I know in the past, like, you had to manually switch channels, or like this embed that we have on here right now does not automatically switch to anything that the channel hosts. At least I don't think it does.
Yes, it does.
Oh, does it?
It does that. It just, I don't have. Still working on the manual control.
So if I were to go on here and manually host just some, like, if I were to go host Inferno, for instance,
yeah,
it would actually.
It'll probably do that.
I had that as a notification. Thanks for the follow, Zippy.
You could also even type it in your chat as well on the stream, say on Twitch.
Yeah.
Just type /host.
Well, I just mean from the website. So I know for sure on the channel, like on the actual Twitch channel, it will update based on who you host. But in the past on the website, if you manually hosted someone that wasn't part of our featured streamers list, it would not display. It would just show the Delta Fighter Wing channel was offline. Or if we had a featured streamer that was online, it would just show that channel. But anyways, yeah. So those are the main points as far as the staff discussion. So Discord reorganization, administration guide updates, Genesis Summit, branding investments. We'll have to revisit for sure.
By the way, also did we add Monkey to our streamers list? Because he's gotten in.
I think so.
Okay, I was just checking because he's gotten into streaming, so he would probably want to be on the page.
It's already on there. I checked. That's why I asked if
I'm pretty sure you've been on there.
Yeah, Synth just said so. It's all good. It's all good. It's just asking. On behalf of the monkey.
All right. Anyways.
What?
Zippy, do you want to put your streaming out there at all for D2?
It's on there.
Yeah, it's all right.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
listed on the bot.
All right. Good deal.
My VR chat is running at slideshow frame rate. What happened in here?
Swag's probably done something.
Can somebody do the chair thing again?
What chair thing?
Oh, the whole thing.
Just
It was lagging for me. I had to close it.
drinking, dude.
All right. Well, anyways, those are all our major topics. Again, we'll have to go back to the website thing. We'll have to have a team for upgrading the website or redesigning the website to be more mobile friendly, instead of just being mobile devices as an afterthought. Branding investments for sure, logos, DFW trailer music and intro music, that kind of stuff. I would like to put together a group of people for that. Not just the staff, anyone can be involved. And we'll pick a day to go through and look at what the options are. Is there anything else that anyone wants to include, wants to talk about?
Do we want to go over other events that want to be hosted or that are starting soon?
Anyone want to do some CBD?
What?
CBD.
Like the oil?
No, I don't have those, so I can't.
I was gonna say there is an event coming up. This is for the 2015 version of Star Wars Battlefront, so anyone who has that and is interested. The Reddit of Star Wars Battlefront is hosting an event for the Scarif map, since that update for Battlefront 2 was delayed again. People are setting up an event on Battlefront 2015 for Scarif. If anyone's interested, I can post that on the Discord, which I guess we'll do it anyway. Other events, we still have the movie night. It hasn't been on for the past month or two, just because we haven't really had any suggestions.
Well,
if anyone
what
still
movies
wants
can
to actually
you do?
any movie.
Any movie? How do you get them?
Aside from I go download them. You just that's why I'm just saying people make suggestions.
So any movie, okay. I just didn't know if there was.
We'll watch Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Okay, that's this Friday.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, can't do Fridays.
There are certain rules though.
Oh, okay, no Chipmunks, alright.
The one of the main ones is no suggestions from Swag.
Oh, okay. Alright, well, that's why I'm not a Friday.
Basically the only ones that we won't stream is porn for obvious reasons.
Aww.
Non-English speaking, as it's preferred to be in English.
Like no Australian movies?
No Australian
That's
movies.
in English.
Is it though?
Really, though?
I mean, if anything, American English is actually the most broken English.
Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah, well,
I don't know. It's
Okay,
pretty 50-50 with between Australians and Americans who broke English more.
That's racist.
Oh,
That's
you
racist.
guys can't even spell
Yeah,
mum
what's-
properly.
What's the American kill count compared to the Australian? That's all I
Oh.
got.
I'm sorry. How many wars have America has started? How many countries need America? How's the coronavirus over there?
Great.
I don't know, bro.
What are the fires over there? Oh.
Actually, they're fine. They're actually all
How
gone.
many countries you got left, by the way?
And also alcohol.
Oh my God.
Anyway. Yeah, so that's a movie night. Those are the events that I have. Does anyone else have any that they want to host or is upcoming? Good chat.
Good talk. Good talk.
That's a negative.
Alright,
so-
I say we're moving on.
Do we have? Pete mentioned earlier and just now because I forgot that he can host Jack. Wait, what is Jackbox? I don't even know what that is.
Jackbox is basically like a
Tabletop
trivia
game.
kind of
Oh, no,
game
sorry.
where you
Yeah,
basically
trivia
just
games.
answer questions and have fun.
Oh.
I mean, I've participated and actually have gotten some of the games. I mean,
You don't actually
with
need to own the game
moderation,
either
it can
to
be
play.
fun, but there is a notorious community in Twitch that likes to try to raid streamers. So there's that kind of like, I mean, it's a few bad apples, but for the most part, as long as it's moderated correctly, Jackbox games can be very fun.
Cards Against Humanity.
Drunk
Classic.
Monopoly. Let me tell you something, Zippy. Drunk anything goes well with any DFW event.
That's what
I would
I've
say
been
mo-
trying to get us to do.
I mean, we're
Why?
hosting
But
we're hosting a
Ivan
damn
doesn't
staff
want to do it.
meeting,
To a
and I'm
bottle
not
of
drinking.
liquor.
We just all
Make our
talk at the same
little,
time.
make the symbol a bottle of liquor with wings on it.
That's what we
Win.
should do. That's what we should consider when we do the
Should bring
logo, the
wrap.
rebranding is putting. No, anyways. All right. So those are all the points that I have. I don't want to hold. And we've already gone for what's 11:25 right now. So we've been going on for a certain amount of hours longer than was anticipated. But so I don't want to
Not
hold
long.
anybody else up. But yeah, I can't math even when I'm sober. So I'm gonna go ahead and conclude the forum. I appreciate everybody's input, and again, any of the things, anything that we discussed, it doesn't matter if you're a member, an affiliate, whatever you are, a viewer. If you have any input whatsoever, we are open to all input. And again, if you are interested in joining, I know we have a lot of affiliates that have been coming in and taking part in our D2 and some of our other stuff in our Discord. If you want to become a member, it's easy. All you have to do is, number one, be in our Discord. That is our primary means of communication and accountability. We got rid of our forums.
Number two
We got
is send a $50 gift card to Swag.
if you,
Appreciate it.
no, there's no
Wait,
fee for
what?
joining. It's free. All you have to do is be in our Discord, fill out an application, be older than 15, then show some degree of legitimate interest in joining.
Question.
If you do, real quick, if you do fill out an application, put something in the about me. It doesn't have to be your entire resume, right? But put something in there. The reason that we have that section is, number one, so we can get to know you. Number two, because bots.
Yeah.
We do have a problem with bots, right? Bots don't typically fill out the form in a coherent manner. So if you type up an about me in some sort of, I don't know, if we think you're a bot, we're not going to accept it. But those are the three main things. You can read over our rules, terms, and conditions. Though that's a list that we've been building since day one of DFW. It does look kind of long, but it's mostly common sense stuff. Like, we're a pretty relaxed gaming community. Just nothing illegal, no cheating during official representation, just stuff like that, right? Pretty simple. So if you want to join, regardless of what part of DFW you would like to partake in, feel free to. Again, like I said, we're pretty relaxed. The only mandatory events that we hold are the Cold Snap Summit, which is a semi-annual event. It typically happens once every 6 months, but absolutely once a year during our anniversary summit in September. It's always at the last weekend of September of every year. But that, you're talking about anywhere between 1 to maybe 3 hours out of the year. I think that's pretty reasonable in terms of mandated stuff. But anyways, is there anything? Yeah, go ahead.
Hats on the set.
Yep.
So, we're not supposed to send swag money. Can I get a refund?
Fuck.
Sorry, no refund.
Swag was supposed to
If
send
you
us
need
money.
to contact someone for refunds,
Ask and you'll find one.
just call 1-800
Okay.
Ben Spoiler.
Muted.
1-800 Ben Spoiler. That's our
Yo,
complaint
who's
line.
Joe? There's a Joe in the chat.
It's Joe.
Joe? What?
Yeah, Joe.
Joe
Joe.
Mama.
Ayo.
You fell for it, Ivan. How could you?
All right. Anyways, if nobody has anything else to discuss, any other topics? Nothing. Anything from the staff? Anything from the console division, executive admin?
No, I've pretty
goes
much
on
said
the
what's
list?
needed to be said. At least PC division wise. I don't think I have anything else.
Okay. So the next move, I think, well, I'll go through sometime this week, and probably either tonight or tomorrow. I may do it tonight. Just redo the Discord, reorganize the Discord, because that's probably going to be one of the easier things to do.
Ooh.
I did do a permissions. So here's another thing. I did do a permissions check recently. Once we took on, who was the last recruit? The TJF Longwood.
Tip. Oh, TJ.
I did bring in the DFW account and do a permissions check through that. But if anybody notices any issues with any permissions or any roles in our Discord, please let us. We have, what is it? I think we have 40 roles right now, so it can be a little painstaking to keep track, make sure all the permissions are properly applied. So if there's anything that you think that you should be able to do or have access to that you shouldn't, please let us know so that we can go through and update the permissions for that role. Yeah, that's all I got. What's a good date for us to reconvene for this branding thing? Logo, trailer, blah blah blah.
Whenever y'all can actually show up. I think we're
Well,
right on dates.
I could see that there's a couple of us here now, so could do it now.
We'll do it right now. We'll have to go. I don't want to hold everybody up, so I'll probably go offline to do this and just have like a private, or I'll just stream from Discord instead of to our main channel, because we're going on however much time we've been streaming. I don't know, but yeah, are you guys good with doing it now? After I end the stream, the main stream. Huh?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Quiet.
Well, if you guys want to do it now, we can do it now. Let me go ahead and.
Okay.
So, if nobody's got anything else, I'm gonna go ahead and conclude our forum. Again, one more time, we do mark your calendars for September 26th, Saturday, September 26th, 2020. That's when we will be holding our Genesis Summit.
Noted.
If you've got anything that you would like to partake in or add to, just hit us up in Discord. You can DM any of our staff members or just put it in the lobby, whatever. We'll talk about it. Anyways, everybody have a good night. I'm going to go ahead and drop out of here for a minute or two. I'm going to conclude the stream. Have a good night. And we can, if you do want to hang around for this branding sort of preliminary meeting type dealio, just hang out in the Discord for a minute. I'll be back. See ya.
Okay.